feel like I have trust issues because of that. It was kind of rude. My mom hates it, which means it's probably a really good song. I stand talented women. Exclude the ending with the awkward hand in the butt. I'm gonna have to put it in YG's dungeon. How fitting though. Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina and today is a super exciting video because I'm going to be tier ranking the best and the worst K-pop songs of the month of August. If this is your first time watching my monthly reviews, I basically did my first video last month and it's just a fun time, so keep on watching. But before we get started, I'm going to stop you right there to remind you to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And you can also join my channel memberships by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. And you can follow me on Instagram, and in my link tree you will see my playlist that I'm also offering, as well as important resources that I think you should look at above anything else. But let's explain this tier ranking system because I've actually revamped it. So at the top of the list, we of course have Song of the Year. These are my favorite songs. These are songs that I downloaded on Spotify. Now, the fact that I download a song on Spotify means that I really like the song. Like, I don't just download anything. I'm super picky with my playlist. And I tend to just listen to the same 5 songs over and over again for months on end. So for me to add a song really means something. But we also have the category below this, which is Song of the Week. So it's a song that touched my heart that I wanted to download on Spotify, but it lacked a little bit of longevity. So these are still amazing songs, super Song of the Year potential, but I just overplayed them. I overplay all my songs, so longevity is really important. But I just overplayed these ones and decided to discard them. For now, I think they will definitely make comebacks in the future, but just know that these 2 top tiers are like god tiers. It's just Song of the Year has longevity. I can listen to it for months on end, and Song of the Week doesn't really have that same longevity, but it's still an amazing song, so don't at me. But also, because of BTS Dynamite, I've decided to name this tier also Cup of Milk because the shelf life is not that good. I'm gonna use the terms Song of the Week and Cup of Milk interchangeably because I don't know how offended people are gonna be about it. So then the next category we have is second gen vibes. We like these songs, we appreciate these songs, but they didn't quite make it onto my own Spotify playlist. Then of course we have YG's Dungeon, which are songs that deserved more attention, that didn't really get to see the light of day from me all that much. Kind of songs that were swept under the rug, back into YG's Dungeon to simmer a little bit. And lastly, we have Not My Cup of Tea, which is the tier for songs that I just don't vibe with. It doesn't mean they're bad songs, I just don't personally like them. Okay, we're gonna start off strong with When We Disco by JYP and sunmi. I know this got a lot of backlash because of some like creepy factors. I get it, but we're just looking at the song. Exclude the ending with the awkward hand in the butt. This song was really difficult to place because it's in like the Cup of Milk category because the shelf life wasn't that long, but at the same time it has so much Song of the Year potential that I don't know what to do with it. We're just gonna put it in Cup of Milk category for now. But I might change my mind, just know that. So a lot of people requested that I talk about this song, and I have to admit, I understand why, because it is really iconic. You know, I'm not like the biggest fan of JYP's solo songs. The overall vibe is just very original to me. It brings this nostalgic feeling, this dreamy feeling. And honestly, now that I'm thinking of their live performances of this song, I feel like I need to bump this back up to Song of the Year because I have not heard vocals like that since 2009. I don't know what they bribed Mnet with, but like you can hear the movement in their voices, you can hear the struggle. It was very refreshing. So I'm gonna knock this up to Song of the Year. It just evokes pure magic, okay? If you look into the lyrics, it's like magic when we disco. I don't know, I've never gone to a party, let alone a disco, but I feel some type of way. So yes, When We Disco goes into Song of the Year because I changed my mind. I'm actually gonna re-download it. I missed that song. I felt like it had a short shelf life, but now like I'm missing it, so I think I'm gonna re-download it. The next song we're gonna rank is Ice Cream by Blackpink. I'm gonna have to put it in YG's Dungeon. How fitting though. This is such a hard song to place because I totally see the potential that it has, and I expressed in my review, I love the concept, I love the styling, I love almost every single aspect about this song except for the lack of chorus, and it's really the lack of chorus that does it for me. I've seen so many criticism towards this song, and that's valid, that's fine. But the only criticism that I really 100% agree with is the lack of discernible chords. So for me, it feels like the song is quite empty, and I feel empty enough on my own. I can't listen to the original song. I have an edited version of the song that I edited myself, and I love listening to that version because it just has that extra depth to it because I added a chorus. And you can check that out on my second channel. So the original version goes into YG's Dungeon, but if it had a chorus, you know, the chanting at the end, if that was the chorus, this would definitely be Song of the Year because it has everything I want. I love cute concepts. I love the color pink, but it is quite sad because the beat of the song almost never changes. So it's hard to know when it's actually going to end because you're still waiting for that something, right? You're waiting for that something and it never comes. So I would unfortunately put it into YG's Dungeon because I think it needs more time to simmer. If they do a remix of this and add in a chorus or something, I think definitely Song of the Year. But I do think it has the potential to kind of climb its way up. And Blackpink are my fave, so I have no doubt it will climb its way up. As a Blink, if I'm a Blink first and a Human second, I would be like, oh, it's Song of the Year. But just as like someone who is critical of everything, it goes in YG's Dungeon. So now we're going to talk about two of Hyolyn's songs. So Hyolyn is a former member of Sistar, and she has gone solo. She's gone solo within Sistar, if that makes sense. So now she's in a different company. And honestly, everything she's released under this company, chef's kiss. I have not hated a single thing that she has released under this company. That says a lot. But yeah, so we're going to talk about Say My Name and 9 Lives. So 9 Lives is kind of the pre-release single, and then Say My Name is the title track. And quite honestly, both of these songs go into Song of the Year category. No questions asked. I actually want to buy her album. So 9 Lives is an English release, and I find it very so beautifully showcases her majestic vocals. If you don't know Hyolyn, she is hands down one of the best vocalists in K-pop, one of the OG best vocalists in K-pop. I stand talented women. I also just found that the lyrics to this song were quite touching. You know, she says, "Boy, I've been broken. Lucky I've got 9 lives." And fun fact, Nicole Kirkland actually choreographed this dance, and she also choreographed CC and Bae. And those happen to be some of my favorite K-pop choreographies. And to contrast 9 Lives, she came out with Say My Name, which is more on the hip side, but if you watch her live performances, like on radios and shit, like I don't know how she does it. Like, I love her so much. And Say My Name, honestly, it's funny, right? Say My Name has a killing point in the choreography where she titles it the fishing dance, and it looks like she's casting a line. And I think that is so cute. That is so quirky. It's just that added element that was needed to kind of balance out the song. So yes, both of these songs have been on repeat in my playlist, and they get Song of the Year. Next up, we have (G)I-DLE's comeback with dumdi. So I made a review of this song, but I said that I would only tell you what I thought about it in this video. So here we are. Unfortunately, this goes into not my cup of tea category. Don't get me wrong. I totally appreciate the risk involved in this. I mean, (G)I-DLE are known for more, I would say, like sultry, dark concepts. So to go for a summer concept, I appreciate that. I think that's so bold. And I also have to appreciate and point out the cutest umbrella cockatoo that was featured in this music video. And you guys keep tagging me in posts about this, and it makes me happy. It makes my day to see that. So thank you so much. And I mean, the song is super light and super fluffy, and some people have said that Soyun was inspired by the movie Zootopia. And if that's actually the case, I can definitely see it. I mean, I could totally picture the song in that movie, and I think it would fit super well. But I just didn't vibe with the song personally. However, though the song isn't necessarily my cup of tea, I did want to take a minute to talk about the styling. So I don't think I'm going to do an outfit roasting for this era, so I'm just going to give my thoughts really quickly here. I think this is a pretty good era. I think the styling is quite quirky, and it's obnoxious in all the good ways. We have a lot of loud patterns. And I mean, admittedly, their use of denim is extremely questionable, but I mean, at least they tried something new. And if you guys want me to, I think I will try to recreate the denim outfits for Kevin, because I mean, they're kind of a mess. Yeah, overall, I really appreciate, the obnoxious summer concept that they went for in terms of styling. However, I did want to point this one thing out. So it's really curious to me how they cover Sujin's tattoos with tape, right? Like you see tape on her arm all the time. And yet, in this stage, they add fake tattoos to Soyeon's legs. So I don't really understand the logic behind that of wanting to cover tattoos, but then using the aesthetic of tattoos. Like, make it make sense. I literally don't understand. But let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Okay, we need to revive this conversation about thanxx. I know I mentioned it in my last review, but it hadn't technically been released. So I know that the music video is plagued with controversy. If you feel a certain way about that, that is so valid. And I'm just going to be talking about the performances. So I would have to put this song. I know you guys are going to be so surprised because I said it was Song of the Year last month. I'm gonna have to put it in Song of the Week. I know. I bitched so much about how thanxx should have won, how Inception shouldn't have won, and then here we go, a complete 180. I agree that Inception was the best choice. Inception is just timeless, right? It's very dramatic, and I love it so much, even though the styling left a little bit to be desired. But anyways, I still love thanxx. It's just no longer on my playlist, but Inception is still on my playlist, so that's why it gets Song of the Week. But you never know. These rankings are not final. We will get final rankings at the end of the year. Things can move up, things can move down. I love thanxx, okay? I appreciate thanxx, and I think it definitely does a really good job at distinguishing itself from other songs. And they just bring this level of energy that is totally unmatched. I mean, watch any of their performances. I need to point out Hongjoong's facial expressions because for Inception, it seems that Sun was really praised for his facial expressions, but I feel like Hongjoong really has this era, like just his face. Just look at his face. And the fact that he sings so loud, like not even just singing, he's belting his part out so loudly over the backup track. I mean, I have to, it's amazing. We also need to talk about Jongho's high notes because that's another highlight of this song. Like, that shit just belongs in TVXQ's Catch Me. Like, you can't tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, though it didn't have the same longevity as Inception, it still brings you to this colorful post-apocalyptic world. And I love it. Should I put it back into Song of the Year? I feel bad because I'm like praising it and I'm like, but it's Song of the Week. Overall, I love the dichotomy between Inception and thanxx. One's very dramatic, one is very energetic. So I'm really glad they're able to promote both songs. They left us in the dark for so long. Feel like I have trust issues because of that. It was kind of rude. Now we're gonna rank Flamingo by botopass. Not gonna lie, this was so close to being Song of the Year. So close. But I'm gonna have to put it into second gen vibes. This is a great debut. I love the aesthetic of everything. I love the colors. I love the performances. But there's just something production wise that seems a little bit unfinished. There's just something about the song that like it's missing something. Actually, we're gonna put it into YG's Dungeon because I think it needs a little bit more time to simmer. But otherwise, I think that this has so much potential and I'll definitely be keeping my eyes peeled for whatever they release next. Okay, Treasure is on this list with their song Boy. I did a little bit of review on it and I kind of expressed this. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised that it's going to go into YG's Dungeon. How fitting again. It's not a YG song. Ice Cream is definitely not a YG song either. And I'm scared of change. I feel like I'm just not ready for this. But I digress. What really puts the song into YG Dungeon for me is the chorus. Is it the chorus where he's like, I just want to be a boy? But the song has so much potential. It goes in YG's Dungeon. Moving on to my new alt, ITZY. Yes, I'm part of the fandom now. Mitzies, please welcome me with open arms. Not shy. 1,000% goes into Song of the Year. No questions asked. It's catchy. My mom hates it, which means it's probably a really good song. She hates Ice Cream too, though. Ice Cream Sadi! But honestly, what really pushed my love for ITZY over the edge was their live vocals. I'm never gonna shut up about this. Their live stage practice. Never gonna shut up about this. ITZY said, we sing live. And I respect that so much. And so far, even with the styling, I haven't really seen anything that I hated. so that's good. So yeah, I don't even know what else to say. You can check out my review after you're done with this one. But it's song of the year for sure. Now, I don't want you guys to ask me how wayv got into this list. Like, I don't pay attention to wayv. I'm admittedly, since 2010, not the biggest SM stan. That's a lie. Girls' Generation forever in my heart, but EXO in 2012 was my everything, but I digress. So I ended up listening to the song because my friend recommended it to me, and I don't know. This song, not my cup of tea. I'm usually really fluffy about this stuff. But as soon as I heard the lyrics, women come a dime a dozen, and then cool me off, I'm hotter than an oven. Oh, this woman come a dime a dozen. No, I'm sorry. And on top of that, they brought denim into this. I just can't. I'm sorry. I just don't picture a world where I can get behind that, so I'm out. No, but seriously, I'm sure wayv have really great songs. This just wasn't my cup of tea, so recommend songs that you think I would like, and I promise I will listen to them. So now we have Gotta Go by Soyou, and I actually have a funny story about this. I was actually mad convinced that I didn't know who she was. Like, I kept seeing this pop up in my recommended. I'm like, oh, who's this new solo artist? And I also saw her in one of Jessie's Nunu Nana challenges, and I was like, I should give this a chance. You know, I'm doing an end of the year review. I feel like I need to give more songs a chance than I did last month. So I did, and I watched half of the performance being like, okay, I like this. Like, I don't know who she is, but I like this. And I'm like, no, I'm going to give her like the full chance. I'm going to go watch the music video. So then I typed out her name and then it popped up and it said Starship Entertainment. And then it clicked. I'm like, holy shit. That's Soyou from Sistar. I literally had no idea. I literally sat there, watched half the performance, was about to watch the entire music video, had seen her previously. And I was mad convinced that I didn't know who the fuck she was. So yeah, not one of my brightest moments. This song goes into Song of the Year category, 100%. I honestly wasn't expecting to fall as deeply as I did for this, but I can't stop listening to it. Ooh, I like it. Is so clever, and I also love a good sultry summer comeback. You know, it feels like she's bringing a part of Sistar with her. This is like a sultry summer song. And I feel like it's such a great mix because when Sistar do summer songs, they do summer songs. When they do sultry songs, it's a sultry concept, but this is kind of like a mix of both, and I just appreciate it so much. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Card. Here's the thing. When I listen to their songs, I'm like, oh, this is a good song, this is catchy, but I never really get into them. But then for Gunshot, I don't know what happened. I think it's their concept, like these dark vibes, this like kind of emotionally passionate singing in the chorus. I don't know what it is, but this gets Song of the Year. And you have to admit, their concept is pretty original. The last time I saw a co-ed group was Bitty Boom, Bitty Boom. I don't remember the name of the group. That's the last time I saw like or is Sunny Hill? Sunny Hill was a co-ed group at one point. Co-ed school. That's literally what the group was called. How original. The music video was admittedly problematic, but what wasn't in 2010? I can't say that I'm surprisingly vibing with this song. I feel like I like a lot of Card songs, but this one really just touched me. Song of the Year. Can't stop listening to it. It's really the lyrics, like, your words are like a gun. Like that, the way they sing the shot part. And honestly, the two songs that I keep repeating the past few days are both How You Like That by Blackpink and Gunshot. And I find they honestly have a similar vibe. I don't even know how to describe it, but they both go into my post-apocalyptic playlist. The songs to me just really make a lot of sense together. So definitely Song of the Year potential for sure. The next song we have is Who You Are by Kang Daniel. Every time I go and like watch the music video, I'm like, oh shit, like it hits me and I'm like, this is so amazing. But then I never download it. But I'm actually gonna have to put it in second gen vibes category. Because honestly, even the music video just really evoked these second gen vibes. I mean, I was feeling Beast Fiction, BAP Power. I know BAP is more of a third gen group. I say they're 2.5. I mean, fight me in the comments if you want to. But I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, I'm definitely going to keep up with what he brings out next. But I mean, it sounds amazing. The aesthetic of it all, so dark, really in line with what I tend to like. I say that, but then I'm like, I'm a sucker for cute concepts. But actually, this song is in my post-apocalyptic playlist on Spotify, which I have just released. And also, Gunshot is on the playlist as well. So if you'd like to check it out, it is linked down below. Moving on to a cute concept with Saturday's dbdbdib. I root for Saturday ever since their song Pyong, where they did like this super cute teen crush concept. I really wanted them to go back to that, but they tried something new. I appreciate that. So this is gonna go into second gen vibes, because admittedly we don't see cute concepts like this done as much anymore. And I want the best for Saturday. Their account on Instagram recently got hacked, and like, I feel like I just went through something with them. I don't know. Because I didn't unfollow even though they were posting weird things. But the song is just so cute. It's so quirky, so adorable, and they even designed their outfits. So definitely go check them out. They're a smaller group. Okay, so now we have Dynamite by BTS, which goes surprisingly into Song of the Week category, aka Cup of Milk category. Get it? And I was really rooting for this song because it just makes me feel a certain way, much like When We Disco. It evokes like this dreamy, nostalgic feeling, but I overplayed it. It's not that I don't overplay every single song on my playlist, because I do. But some songs just have a longer shelf life, right? I said in my last video that I replay the same 5 songs over and over again. I know a lot of people were really surprised about that. And I enjoyed doing that. Like, a lot of people were concerned. Like, you know, you can listen to more than 5 songs at a time. I get that, but like, I don't know. I think it's the sense of certainty that I know I'm gonna like every single song that I listen to. When I listen to it, I'm not gonna have to skip anything. Skipping songs just makes me feel empty. But yeah, I still love this song. I think it's an amazing song. Again, dreamy, nostalgic vibes, like super uplifting as well. But it does have Song of the Year potential. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna miss it in like a week or two and re-download it. But as of now, it's off the playlist. Taemin is in this list. I have not paid attention to him since 2010. We will not get into that right now. What a time to be alive. So his song, Two Kids, goes into Cup of Milk category. I'm so sorry. I really thought this was going to be Song of the Year. I downloaded it. I couldn't stop listening to it. Definitely Song of the Year material, but a lack of longevity for me. It's such a sweet song, and it does make me a little bit sad, but I mean, I guess that's the whole point of it. Looking into the lyrics, we were just 2 kids, too young and dumb. Like, I'm just a sucker for things that kind of evoke the sense of forever or the lack of forever. And the theme that I interpreted from this song was regret. Regretting essentially the inevitable. If you're saying you were young and dumb, I mean, of course you have made mistakes, and it's kind of easy to think that you could have acted differently in retrospect when you're much wiser now. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, those are still valuable lessons. But regardless, it still represents instances of longing for something that you think you want. And I think nostalgia definitely plays a part in this. Nostalgia often is quite sweeter than what the reality was. So I love the theme of the song. I love the emotions that it makes me feel personally, even though it's a little bit off-putting, admittedly, but definitely fits a specific vibe and a specific mood. Lastly, we have 100 by Superm. This unfortunately goes into not my cup of tea category. I mean, the cowboy vibes, though very memeable, were just not it for me. And that's the thing. I love Superm's concept. I love the aesthetics of their music video. The styling is usually super on point. But I don't know, I don't vibe with their music all that much. Maybe I'm just an SM auntie. 2010 really fucked me up. Jessica leaving Girls' Generation was also very sad. But on that note, they actually just came out with a new song today, and I feel like I regret saying I don't vibe with their music. I'm not going to reveal too much because I want you to wait for my next end of the month review. But I will say the 2012 EXO vibes are really strong. Okay, so I almost forgot about Dreamcatcher. That would have been a disaster. It's almost like when I forgot about 17's Left and Right in the last video everyone came for me. But honestly, I would give this song second gen vibes, but I do think it has the potential to go higher. I'm just not too familiar with it as of now because I literally just listened to it like 3 minutes ago. But I definitely love their dark concept, and I appreciate how they distinguish themselves with their sound. I mean, it's definitely not a sound that you really hear within the scope of K-pop for sure. Now, I'm not super familiar with the Dreamcatcher's discography. I might try to do maybe an album listening party on my second channel, but I do think I can recognize how distinct their sound is. But for this song in particular, it kind of starts off sounding a little bit unlike what I'm used to with Dreamcatcher, but then the chorus kind of comes out of nowhere and it's quite surprising. And it almost contradicts what I was expecting out of the song, but I think it's done in a really good way. I mean, it is original. You know, I don't think anyone really in K-pop is doing it like this. Aside from that, from what I've seen, I feel like their styling is usually super on point. I love the goth vibes as always, and they always manage to make an impact. So this goes into the second gen vibes category. So my camera was going to die and I didn't get to actually share with you guys my whole entire playlist. So here it is. I actually have 13 songs this time, which is a lot more than last time. So I already mentioned that I have How You Like That and that I've been really playing it a lot alongside with Gunshot, but we also have some other honorable mentions that I wanted to share with you guys. So we have I'm in Love with the Stripper by T-Pain. This song just came to my head and I've been playing it quite a bit. Then of course we have Juicy by Doja Cat. But then I definitely wanted to shout out these 3 songs. So we have Hello Hello by FT Island. I don't remember what year this came out in, but it was definitely like, I want to say 10 years ago. I think 2010 makes a lot of sense. But anyways, this is such an amazing song. I definitely recommend it. It's not your typical K-pop song. I don't even know if it falls into the K-pop category or maybe, I don't know. But it's definitely a really good song if you want something a little bit different. And then Get It by Pristin V. I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyways, this song, I don't know what it is about this song. And actually, a song that I forgot to mention was To The Beat by ATEEZ. This song, okay, it has this ASMR in it. Amazing, beautiful. I definitely recommend this song as well. So that is it for my actual playlist with all the songs that I didn't get to mention because they didn't come out this month. So yeah, that is basically it for this video. So thank you so much if you made it this far. If you did, you might as well subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also follow me on Instagram because I'm doing a rainbow and I want that swipe up feature. Huge shout out to my channel members who help support this channel every single month. Thank you for everything you do. And if you'd like to become a channel member, just click on that join button next to that subscribe button and you can see your name next to Kevin's face, among other things. Don't forget to check out my playlist on Spotify. It's called Post-Apocalyptic. And as for me, I'm gonna get going. Bye!